Hello, YouTube. My spiritual message to you is to find peace with each other and to find peace with the world. You've both been through much pain and much suffering in your lives. And this will only continue to happen unless you forgive each other, unless you pray for each other, unless you forgive things that have happened in your past. Look, the harvest is ready, but the toilers are few. The refreshing is approaching. See, I see you from the inside out, but you only see a limited portion of what I can see. No matter how much you're in my dreams, it doesn't make any difference. You still need to find peace with yourself and peace with each other and peace with the world in order to clarify your mind, in order to find peace within yourself. The refreshing is approaching. You know what the refreshing is, don't you? It is not death. It is cosmic consciousness and Christ consciousness. You see, contrary to popular belief, there is not one Christ, but the whole universe is the child of God, and therefore everything is Christ. However, in its unawakened state, it is merely dreaming a dark dream. That is all it is doing, is dreaming a dark dream. And yes, I can hear your voices, I can hear your questions come forth from the holographic sphere. Because as I say, my vision of what I can see and what I can hear goes way beyond this human body. I'm trying to describe it in human terms. That is what I'm trying to do. It's difficult to describe in human terms, but that is what I'm trying to describe. That is how I'm trying to describe it in human terms. See, I am happy, and I'm sure Daniel is happy because we both pray for each other. Well, I pray for him, and he's already told me that he prays for me when we argue, so. When you pray for another person, you connect with that person's soul so deeply that nothing can ever go wrong. Then the two souls become a river of peace and love between the two parties. When you pray for others, your soul becomes a river, welcoming that soul towards you. With an open hand, I say, come, You've experienced great pain, you've experienced great suffering. The world is an ocean of suffering, and there is only one way out, and that is the way in. The way in is the way out, and the way out is the way into even deeper problems. So the way out is the way into deeper problems, and the way in is the way into freedom above. I've quite frequently had these dreams, that's why I wish to clarify to those people the way to freedom, the way to peace, the way to bliss. That there is a way. No matter how much pain, no matter how much suffering you have, there is always a way. There is one way out, and that is the way in. But the way out, focusing the attention outwards, is the wrong direction. And peace, true peace, and true joy, like a ton of alcohol can only provide for a temporary, fleeting amount of time. That joy, that peace that I feel all the time, or almost all the time, yeah, all the time. That peace and that joy which you can feel all the time, which you felt all the time as a young child. That peace and that joy you can feel as an adult as well. But you've got to know the way to do that. It's like going to a safe. You need to know the combination lock. You need to know the right codes, the right numbers to open that safe. In the same way, you need to know the right numbers, the right codes to find happiness within the self. I studied self-realization. I studied the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda. I studied the teachings of Sri Ramana Maharishi. I studied the teachings of Sri Daya Mata. I was helped along the way by people in America who showed me the way also. Because if you truly want peace, if you truly want freedom, then the way will be opened up to you. Keep knocking and the door will open, Jesus said. I was at a point, you have to reach that point in order to find freedom. You have to reach rock bottom to find freedom. I was at that point. I'd lived with someone with schizophrenia for 7 years. I was at the point where I could no longer cope any longer. I was at the point where every morning I woke up and I didn't want to be here. I was at the point where every night I didn't want to wake up in the morning. And when I reached that point, I found a way. When I reached a point which says I could never find happiness in this world. When I reached a turning point, you could say, a turning point in my soul even. When I reached that point, then I found the teachings. I found the answer. Not straight away, I had to study, but I was guided towards the teachings by some hidden power which says there is a way to freedom, there is a way to peace. I hadn't studied meditation previous to that. I'd prayed for people previous to that, but I hadn't studied meditation previous to that. This is one human's journey from human to a shaman, or or from human to warlock, or from human to witch doctor. This is one human's journey. Through Trataka, through the Om meditation, through crystal gazing, through Bindu, staring at mandalas, through the secret teachings of Jesus. How else did I get here? Well, without pain and suffering, it would never have been possible. But it is possible. Love is possible, freedom is possible, peace is possible. As long as you take your mind off the things that hurt and upset you and concentrate your mind on things that can set you free. For instance, when you're praying for others, you're praying for yourself. When you love others, you love yourself. When you hate others, you're hating yourself. When you're feeling anger and jealousy towards others, you're feeling anger and jealousy towards yourself. The buck stops with you. You are your own director. You are your own manager of your life. And the buck stops with you. There is no one else that can do it for you. What I have, anyone can have, anyone can achieve. Anyone with the willpower can achieve it. What I have, meaning, peace, freedom and love and joy, anyone can have. But they have to prepare themselves mentally. At the moment of death, your mind has to be pure enough to face death. So many people die, so many people leave this world not prepared. They leave it and their mind is not prepared for the other world. How your mind is now determines your life in the astral. If your mind is not at peace now, then in the astral it won't be at peace. The people who cross over in peace, those souls have peace in the afterworld. But the people who commit suicide and people who try and hurt others and upset others, those souls in the afterworld take all their mental, how their mind is now, is not just in the physical vehicle, it is also in the astral vehicle. Therefore, the astral vehicle needs to be purified before death. Otherwise, you're only going to experience lots of pain in the astral. If the physical vehicle is disturbed, then the astral vehicle will also be disturbed. Therefore, the Yoga Sutras say, and Buddhism also says, we should clarify the astral before the crossing over. But many people cross over in peace and in joy, even when they have not done any meditation. How is that possible? Well, those people who have suffered in their lives and they've got good attributes in their soul, they feel love in their soul, compassion, peace. When they think of their loved ones who've passed before them and they think of love for those people, their soul goes to a place of peace. And therefore it doesn't really have so much to do with meditation. It doesn't really have anything to do with meditation. It has all to do with how you feel towards family members, friends, acquaintances. It has all to do with that. Because that person left their body feeling peace and love towards the people around them, they will go to a place of peace, a place you could call heaven. The inner journey is the most difficult one, but the peace and the joy and the freedom that you get from it is so great. I couldn't even begin to describe it. I feel detached from this body, from this home, from this village, from this town, from this county. I feel detached from all these things, and yet I feel love for all the people. I feel love for all the people in my present. I feel love for all the people in my past. I feel love for all the people in my future. I feel love for my partner. I feel love for my family members. I feel love for my friends. I feel love for my exes. I feel love for their family. I feel love for their friends. And because of that, I'm at peace and at joy almost all of the time. Yeah, almost all of the time. It's only when I bring someone into my home who's deeply disturbed with a housing situation that I feel a temporary amount. I feel a temporary slice of their inner mind, mainly when I'm asleep. But that's okay. I pray for those people who haunt me. I pray for the souls I pray for the souls the dark souls and the dark energy attached to those people. And therefore, those dark souls that are attached to that person become weaker. Because they eat on depression, anger, jealousy. Those dark souls will pull you into an even darker place if you let them. And you're letting them by allowing your mind to think of negative things. If you allow your mind to think of negative things, then dark souls will feast on your mind, and they will feast on your soul and send you into a kind of purgatory, a kind of hell. Even whilst on earth you can experience hell. Heaven and hell are here now. You don't have to go anywhere to experience them. They're already right within your own mind, right within your own soul. You can choose heaven by elevating your thoughts and praying for others. Or you can choose hell by thinking dark thoughts, dark images, negative things about the people around you. And therefore the dark souls will come and feast on your soul, and you will have no peace until you elevate your mind, elevate your life, elevate your thoughts. And I think I've gone on way too much. I've probably bored everyone to death with this sermon, and I apologise for that. But these are the words I heard from the ever-living Christ within myself, and therefore I spoke them. May you all find peace and bliss and freedom. That is what I wish for all of you.